Hello, guys. Um, I have created a quick study guide for all of those students who still have questions in particular subjects and particular sections of our study guide. In this case, let's review. This is a quick study guide created by me. I hope it works for you and it clarifies some of the doubts you may still have. Let's set ourselves in the European continent. An important component of our geography exam is the mapping skills. So in this case, let's set ourselves in the European continent and let's just label randomly some of the European countries that you may remember. Iceland, Finland, Russia, Norway, Sweden, the British Isles, Poland, Germany, Belgium, Ukraine, Czech Republic, Switzerland, France, Spain, Italy, Turkey, Greece. Now, besides labeling and locating these countries, it's important for us to remember that there are not only countries and capitals, we also have other features. That's why we need a physical map. A physical map helps us locate and identify certain features of a particular place. They could be bodies of water, they could be mountains, could be rivers, lakes, channels, all right? In this case, I'll show you the most important major bodies of water. In this case, we have the North Sea, the Baltic Sea, Atlantic Ocean. It's important that you identify this. The Bay of Biscay, the Black Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Gibraltar Strait. In this part, not only bodies of water are included in a physical map, but also landforms, and this includes mountain ranges. So one of the most important one is the Swiss Alps, and this is located in Switzerland, the northern part of Italy, okay? Besides the Alps, which contain the Mount Everest, the highest and tallest mountain, we have the Apennine Mountains in the Italian peninsula. If we go to the western part of our continent, we can see here right in the border of France and Spain, the Pyrenees Mountains, all right? And after the Pyrenees Mountains, we move again to the western hemisphere and we can locate the Carpathian Mountains, okay? And if we move even more to the east, we're going to find the Caucasus Mountains. In the northern part here in the Scandinavian countries, we have the Scandinavian Peninsula. This is the Scandinavian Peninsula right there in Norway, Finland. And inside that peninsula, we have the Colan Mountains. Besides these major important mountains, we also have bodies of water such as rivers and lakes. And if we go to France, we can locate France. We're going to see that there is a river called the Loire River and the Seine River, okay, more or less. And if we go to the northern part, we can locate the British Isles, and we can also name two important bodies of water. The first one, the Thames, that crosses through London, and the second one, the Loch Ness, that's on the upper part of the British Isles. Now remember that a creature or a myth is the Nessie monster that is supposedly located inside this Loch Ness. So this is it for the physical map. Let's move on to another topic, the grid system. Now the grid system, remember that we live in a world that has invisible lines, and these lines are crucial for us to identify certain places, specifically talking about absolute location. So major lines are longitude and latitude lines. The prime meridian is the line that crosses from the north to the south but divides the western from the eastern hemisphere. Besides this line, which is very important, we have the equator that divides the northern from the southern hemisphere, and the equator crosses from the west to the east. All the latitude lines are across. They are horizontal lines, while the longitude lines are vertical lines. Other important latitude lines are the tropics. We have the Tropic of Cancer that crosses through Mexico, and it's located in the northern part of the equator. Approximately near the 23, 22 degrees north is the Tropic of Cancer, and to the south we have the Tropic of Capricorn, the same coordinates, 23, 22 degrees south in this case. We also have the Arctic Circle, that's in the, again, northern part of the hemisphere. It's located in the 63, 65 degrees north, and the Antarctic Circle, obviously named like that because it's near the Antarctica, still and the same located at the 63, 65 degrees south. All right, now if we move on, it's very important for us to remember what latitude and longitude lines are. And let's take an example. This is a map of Australia, and something that we need to remember is how to read these coordinates, right? So the first thing that we need to do is to locate the latitude lines and then longitude lines. But how can we do this? Well, the first thing is to locate the hemisphere. In this case, it's really simple and really easy because the map itself, it's telling us through the longitude lines and latitude lines where we are located. So we're in the southern part, yes, and the eastern part. Australia is in the southeast. So once that we have located the hemisphere we are in, we are going to start by reading a specific point. Let's take an example. What are the coordinates of Lagrange? And Lagrange is here, more or less near the 20 degrees south, more or less. So the first thing that we write and read is latitude. So latitude, since we know that crosses from the west to the east, we're going to see the lines that are to our left part of our grid. So Lagrange is located more or less in the, if we consider the latitude line, it's 18 degrees south. It's closer to the 20 degrees. If you can see there in the map where it says Lagrange, you can see that's a little bit to the northern part of the 20 degrees south. So we're gonna write it as an 18 degrees south. And when we talk about the longitude, the longitude line goes from the north to the south. So we take a look at that and we see that it's right in the middle between the 120 degrees east and the 125 degrees east. So right in the middle could be 123 more or less. And that will be our answer. First latitude, which is the 18 south, and then longitude, which is 123 east. Okay? This is an example of latitude and longitude. Another could be confusing topic is the time zone. The time zones, for this purpose, we need something that's important that's called a compass rose. Now, the compass rose will help us not only to locate ourselves, but also to add or subtract depending on which hemisphere we're heading to. So if we're going to the east, we're going to add, and if we're going to the west, we're going to subtract. The first thing that you need to do in the time zone is to set a base time. So you're gonna take the base time, whatever the problem or the question is telling you, and the second thing you're gonna do is that you're going to add or subtract an hour depending if you're going to the east or you're going to the west. Let's take an example. If it is 9 p.m. in Greenland, what time is it in Mexico? Well, first, where is Greenland? Once that we have located Greenland, which is right there, now we locate Mexico. And when we locate Mexico, we find out that's to the western part of this country, okay? Now, once that we have identified where Mexico is, we're gonna see, okay, well, Greenland is located in the northern hemisphere and it's 9 p.m. So if we're going to our left, we have to subtract an hour. So we subtract, it's 9, 8, 7, 6. Is it 6 a.m. or 6 p.m.? Always, always, always add if it's a.m. or p.m. In this case, it's still p.m. So Greenland, and Greenland is 9 p.m. In Mexico, it's 6 p.m. It's 3 hours behind Mexico. And this is a quick way to understand time zones. Another important aspect of your exam is going to be the landforms. In this case, unfortunately, I cannot help you that much since you have to really learn how to identify them. Okay, so study the descriptions and study the drawings so you more or less understand the difference between hills, valleys, mountains, canyons, fjords, and so on. Well, guys, we have come to the end of this video. Good luck. Remember to go over your notes, quizzes, worksheets, online sources. The study guide orients you on the topics and also trains you according to the types of questions you may get on your exam. Focus on the skills that you have already acquired, okay? And do not hesitate. Always be confident because you are ready for this test. Good luck to you all. And always imagine, believe, and achieve. See you soon.